Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at this week's official prices, straight from Games Workshop. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. Alright, so we got this week's official prices, straight from Games Workshop. Going to be taking a look at the Cerastus Knight. Going to do a little comparison to some of the other Knight kits as well, the price and everything. And then we're also going to take a look at the rest of the releases for this week and their prices as well. Mostly books, and then we also have the Underworld's new warband. Alright, so right off the bat, we have the Cerastus Knight Lancer kit. And let's keep in mind, regardless of what the price is on this, it is substantially better deal than it was when this kit was offered from forgeworld in resin. The kit is better because it's all plastic now, and it is substantially cheaper. Now, that being said, part of my problem with this kit is they've already shown off this Knight, and then they showed off two other variances of this same Knight. So now we know already that this is not going to be one box set that can build either of those three variances. So this box set right here is just for the Cerastus Knight Lancer. And the USD price on this one, a new record high for Imperial Knights. We have the Horus Heresy Cerastus Knight Lancer, $200 USD or $240 Canadian. So 200 bucks for this bad boy. And then on top of that, we know that there's going to be two more Knights coming later. Possibly that one will be a dual kit. Possibly all three will be individual. But we know there's two more variances of this kit as well. So my problem with this is basically Games Workshop just making the same mistakes it's made in the past. So why do I say that? Well, Games Workshop obviously has problems keeping things in stock. So part of what they have done more recently over like the last year or so is they have started to thin down the SKUs. So instead of having like two Lehman Russ tanks, you now have one box that comes with all the options. It costs a little bit more, but now there's one SKU, there's one tank, and then you just get a bunch of extra bits. You build it however you want. And a matter of fact, let's jump over to the Knights and take a look at them. So Games Workshop used to sell the regular Imperial Knight kit in a bunch of different variances. So you could basically buy the specific Knight that you wanted. And essentially what that amounted to was they sold like your generic Knight, and then they sold a Knight with the upgrade sprue for like the big weapons and some of the other weapons that could build even more of the Knights. And then finally they sold Canis Rex, who is the special character Knight, who again has a separate upgrade sprue. So a few months or like a year back, something like that, they basically combined all of these Knight kits. So instead of having individual Knight Warden kit, Crusader, Gallant, Preceptor, Canis Rex, all the different variances, they now just have one kit. You call it a bunch of different things. They show a different picture and everything, but it's all the exact same kit. So if we click on this Knight here and we take a look at the actual sprues, this used to be the Canis Rex exclusive sprue for the Knight Preceptor. Now it comes with all the Knights. This used to be the upgrade sprue that only came with like the most expensive or most elaborate Knight. Now it comes with all the Knights. And then of course you have like your regular sprues as well. So now there's one SKU, there's one kit, and it makes all of the different Knights. The price went up slightly. It went up from 100 and I think it was 50 or something, 60 at the time, up to 170. But it went up because you were getting more inside. And Games Workshop was essentially combining all those SKUs, all those kits into one to make just everything easier. So when you go to order a Knight now, you just get the same Knight kit and it covers all of them. So if they were going to basically not make the same mistakes of the past or like move on and grow as a company, they wouldn't be doing the same thing. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're selling the Knight Lancer now as an individual kit, and then they're going to have multiple other kits later on. And if we just jump over to Chaos real quick, we'll see the same exact thing happen with Chaos. Obviously the Spoiler Knight is the same Knight kit. The Chaos and the Imperial one, it's exactly the same. But then we also have the Desecrator, and the Ravager was initially a kit that came out, and that one was priced at originally 160, then 170, and now is 185. And again, they later added on more variances with the Knight Abominant. So this one came with, initially a different sprue, but now they have combined all three of these once again. So this was initially one kit, and then this was a separate kit. Now all three of these are the same kit. And again, the addition, if we just look at the sprues, this was your regular Knight sprue right here for the body. This was your regular Knight sprue for the legs. These are all the Chaos variant. And then this was your weapon sprue right here and completed it. And then, of course, this was the additional sprue that came out with the new Knight Abominant. So again, all three variants now are built from a single kit. And they did the exact same thing with the Armigers as well. The new Chaos War Dogs all are built from the same kit. And then if you buy now the Armiger kit, instead of getting two separate kits they sell, one for the range variant, one's for the close combat variant, now you just get all the options in a single kit. So just jumping back over here to the Cerastus Knight Lancer kit, Games Workshop obviously learned from their mistakes in the past. They have too many SKUs, there's too many different options and box sets, and maybe one's going to be popular, so they'll completely sell out of that one, and then one's not going to be popular, so they'll have a ton of the other ones sitting on the shelf. Now that's no longer a problem because it's the same kit. So it's the same inventory, same SKU, keep it simple. So with this Cerastus Knight, it definitely just appears that Games Workshop is just making the same mistake they made before. They're going to release this individual Knight kit. They're going to release either a dual kit later for the other two variants or two new individual Knight kits based on the same chassis. And then what? Down the road eventually, it's going to go from 200 to 220 and they're going to combine all three together and make it a single SKU. I mean, it just seems like they should have cut out the BS in the meantime and just done it right with the initial release. So that being said, $200 for this Knight kit, definitely expensive. $30 more than a regular Knight, $15 more than a Chaos Knight, substantially less than forgeworld. So there's definitely some give and takes on this, but I think my main issue with this is not so much the extra price, because this thing is pretty tall and everything. It's one, I think the shield is just super lazy. There should have been like some clear plastic inserts or something cool to go along with that. This is just very, very lackluster. And then two, it just seems like realistically, they're either now going to make that same mistake and have three individual kits or two if the other kit's a dual kit, and then they're just going to end up with that same SKU mistake, the same inventory mistake, just the same issues that they've corrected finally after years of doing it, and now they're just doing it again. So you hate to see someone not able to learn from their mistakes, especially when they're in the process of fixing old mistakes and then they're coming out with brand new mistakes that are the exact same thing. So definitely a strange situation with the Knights. I think there's definitely a possibility this guy comes out at $200. The other kit comes out later, and then they combine both kits and make it like $225 or something like that. Either way, substantially cheaper than forgeworld. The kit is pretty cool. It'll be fairly popular. They have specified that it will have 40k rules. It will have 40k points. Actually, they're already out, but Games Workshop has specifically come out and said they're not going to do the Knight dirty the same way that they did all those Horus Heresy vehicles dirty. So take it for what it's worth. Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products, including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOGames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now back to the video. So next on this week's releases, we have Skabbik's Plaguepack, and right in line with what we would see from these Underworld's warbands, it is $42 USD or $53 Canadian for Skabbik's Plaguepack. Definitely some cool looking models right here. $42, a little pricey on the Underworld's warbands, but you know, we're used to it by now. All right, and we'll just do a little rapid fire on the books this week as well. So we have Ciaphas Cain Vainglorious, and this is the hardback version, $27 USD or $32 Canadian. Next we have Ciaphas Cain the Anthology, a royal hardback, and this once again is $27 USD or $32 Canadian. And then next we have Longshot. So this one is a paperback novel, $17.99 USD or $21.99 Canadian. And then we have For Glory and Honor, and this is a paperback omnibus, and it is $21 USD or $25 Canadian. And then last but not least, we have Kasrkin, and this one is paperback novel as well, $17.99 for Kasrkin or $21.99 Canadian. All right, and in case you missed it, this is the Knight Castigator, the one that Games Workshop had already showed off, and this is built on that same chassis right here. Obviously, we see different options for like the weapon and like the ammo back here and everything. And then we also have the cool little sword option here as well. And this is the Knight Castigator. And then here is our Knight Acheron. And again, we see like the flamer here and the sort of like chain weapon. But again, same chassis as well. It does have like the tube feeding back to like the ammo thing on its backside there. So in case you hadn't seen these two kits, very cool. Obviously some different variances, but again, on that same chassis. So now we're going to potentially have either this kit as a dual kit for the two of these, and then a separate kit for the Lancer that we saw earlier, or these are going to be individual kits, and then we'll have 3 different kits on this chassis. Or potentially down the line, they're going to eventually blend all 3 of these into one box, raise the price a little bit, but then you get all the different options with it. And of course, we should address the potential that basically only the Lancer is ready right now. They're only still like finishing design on these, and that they're still going to be like months down the road. So rather than wait and release the single kit for all 3 together, they're just going to sell the Lancer kit initially, and then later on they'll combine the kits and you'll be able to build all 3. It's definitely a possibility worth paying attention to. But in my personal opinion, definitely seems strange to just fall into the same trap that you fell into in the past. Making one kit and then turning it into 2 or 3 different kits, and then eventually realizing that's not a good way to do business, and then turning it back into one kit. So let me know what you guys think down below. Always give you my honest opinions on this stuff. It just seems like Games Workshop is just repeating the same mistakes of the past. They know they made them. They've just finished correcting them. And now I guess it's just ignorance doing the same thing again. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think down below. Always like to hear your opinions. Always appreciate your feedback, your comments, likes, subscribes, all that good stuff. Special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the video. Check them out to save 15%. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm just wondering what the heck Games Workshop is doing. But honestly, I don't think they even know. And I'm out of here.